Hi, welcome to the very first video on my new YouTube account. My name is Maddie and I'm the owner of Maddie Stitches. Just to introduce myself a little bit, I'm 24 years old and I just graduated college in April of 2021, and I run this business full time that I started in the summer of 2020. And to introduce you my business, we sell kind of two different kinds of product. We have machine embroidered apparel such as these custom towns and cities, and then we have also our national parks line, and then we have the hand stitched apparel, and this is really what started my business. And they're all custom made collegiate sweatshirts, and I have a team of about 20 contractors who help me make these. So and I want to start this channel to share more about my experience running a small business, and particularly how to market oneself on social media. And everything I talk about on here comes from my own experience and also just my analysis of other small businesses. I have about 25,000 followers on TikTok and almost 7,000 on Instagram, which honestly isn't a lot at all. It's actually a rather small following, but it's enough to sustain my business, which is one of the first things I just want to say out here. This video will be talking about how to promote yourself on social media. But I think there's this huge misconception that in order to be successful as a small business, you have to have a mass following. And I actually think TikTok perpetuates that idea a lot, and it is not true. There are a lot of small businesses who aren't even on social media and they're thriving. You don't have to have a big following to be successful. I personally, like I told you, cap out at like 25,000, and I've had to take a break. I've had to step back from social media in the past few months because I'm barely keeping up with the demand on like the national parks line. And I don't post on TikTok or Instagram as much as I used to, and that's just because I haven't needed to. And the amount I've reached has been enough of followers. Although I am trying, as I go into this new year, to focus more on my social media, if only to have a better connection with my audience and my customers. So yes, you don't need a big following to have a successful small business, but social media can be super important for a small business, and TikTok is the best way to grow it, period. Like, I'm not even gonna entertain any other answer because TikTok is the best in the sense that it's the least work, takes little time, it's the least expensive because it's free, and it has the most impact. I once heard someone say that 2010, 2015 YouTube was like its golden era, in the sense that it was really easy to get popular on YouTube during that time. It was Smokey Glow actually who said that, and she talked about how if you started a channel in those years and you got a following, you were just set now. Either you took the money and you ran and you just don't make videos anymore, or now you just have really healthy channels with a really healthy following, and they can pivot to talk about whatever they want, and they're just set. Whereas if you're in 2021 trying to start a YouTube channel, it's really hard. I guess I'll try though. So I think TikTok is comparably in its own golden era. It is incredibly easy to go viral and gain a following on TikTok. And I truly believe that small businesses who get a foothold on TikTok now can possibly set themselves up for success for decades. So if you're willing to put in time and at least try with TikTok, you can see big results. And if we compare it to YouTube, the golden era isn't going to last forever. So I do think there is kind of a sense of urgency in getting your business on TikTok. So this first video will just be my first 3 pieces of advice that I would give anyone on how to grow your small business. And I do think my advice is a little unique. I followed and I've seen content from like a lot of social media gurus or advisors, and I haven't really seen them talk about some of the things I'm going to talk about here. So I do hope this is more helpful. So the first thing I would tell someone who wants to grow their small business on TikTok is to spend some time on the app first. Don't even make a business account yet. Just make a personal account and spend some time getting to know the app. And I'll tell you why. The first few TikToks you post are super valuable. TikTok will show the first videos on a new account to more people than normal because it wants you to stay on the app and it wants you to keep posting because that's how it makes money. So it wants you to feel that potential of going viral, which means your first video actually could go viral. And I've seen plenty of people's first videos going viral. But if the video is not well made, or if it's not on trend, then going viral is not likely, even with the boost that TikTok is giving you. So I recommend, if you are new to TikTok, like you literally just downloaded the app last week or something, don't open a small business account, open a personal account and learn the ins and outs of the app. And I don't just mean like how to edit a video, although it's actually way more complicated than I thought it would be, learning how to edit on there, but also just the culture and mechanics of TikTok. You need to get familiar with like the lingo that's even on the app. There's so many different things that people say, the FYP, how audios work, how duets and stitches and what those are work, and how they work. And TikTok, it's not really like other apps, and that's why I'm recommending this. Like the only thing it's comparable to is Vine, and that's been dead for a long time, and even then that was 7-second videos. It's really not even anything like it anymore. And even like I, as a tech savvy Gen Z cusper, I had to spend some time figuring the app out, like at least a month. And after spending that time on the app, I saw a big difference in the videos I was able to post, and I kind of regretted that I had been posting from the beginning and I was not making like accurate content for what I could have been doing. So maybe you've already started one, maybe you've already started a business account, maybe you already even started posting and now you're watching this video. And in that case, I would highly recommend, and I would consider, unless you already have like a couple thousand followers, just starting a new account, because you should capitalize on the perks that TikTok gives those new accounts and see what happens if you are very deliberate about the first few videos you post. Okay, my second piece of advice, and this is all just going to fall under this idea of follow good commenters. So to explain this, I'm going to have to give you some context, and we're going to talk about what I like to call a comment culture. So every social media app has a different culture around their comment sections, meaning people interact with their comment sections differently, versus like Instagram versus TikTok versus Twitter, you know? TikTok has a very influential comment section, meaning that there's a whole other stuff going on in the comments of TikToks that make the app experience. Like, so for example, I probably open the comment section on like half the TikToks I see. And I open them because in the comment section of TikToks is where the discussion, the jokes, the story continues. It's where people build on the topic. TikTok's comment section is so important that when a creator turns off the comments on a video, most of the time because they were getting bullied or there was people being mean on it, almost always if you click on the audio, there will be someone, if not several people, who have duetted or stitched it and stitched the original video, and it just says comment section. And it's on that video that people are now commenting as if it's the original video and having the whole discussion that they wanted to be having, but now it's on a different creator's, page, so the original creator can't stop it from happening unless they take the video down. And that way, the comment section can continue even though the original creator tried to shut it off. And going back to my first point, that is something unique that you would have not known about the app unless you spent some time on it. So, my point being, let's compare that to Instagram. I never open the comment sections on Instagram. And I've even noticed like with Reels, which is trying to be like TikTok, you can post the exact same video on TikTok and Reels. And you might even get more views on Reels because Instagram is really pushing Reels. But all the comments will be on the TikTok, not the Reels. The only time I personally even open Instagram comments is if like I know there's drama going on, and like even then it's because something else directed me there, like a TikTok or a news story, and I was like, oh, I gotta go read their Instagram comments. But I'm not just like casually opening people's comment sections because there's nothing going on in there. And that's very different than TikTok. So the point is, the comment sections are important and there's a different culture there, and the more time you spend on the app, the more you'll understand that. And I find that people who like, they don't even comment like on other apps, like when they're on other apps, they don't comment on things, but on TikTok, they actually will comment on things. And that's like even true for myself. Like I comment all the time on TikTok. Comments are important on like literally any app, but I'd say even more so on TikTok because of that culture is so strong. So what I did in the early days of my TikTok was I would follow people that seemed to love commenting on videos. And specifically, they loved commenting on embroidery videos, which is what I was making. So I would go and find viral embroidery videos, or not even viral, just like normal embroidery videos, and I would see who's commenting, and I would follow them. That's it. I wouldn't message them, I wouldn't comment on their stuff, I would just follow them. And a lot of those people not only followed me back, but they also started commenting on my videos. And it got to a point where I probably had 5 or so people who would consistently comment on any new video I posted. And they would do it quick too. They'd be on it within like the first 2 to 4 hours. And I 100% believe that those 5 people are what led to my first few successful TikToks. Because if you can get 5 comments guaranteed on a video right when it's posted, TikTok's gonna show it to some more people. And if it's a good video, it's gonna pick up some speed and it's gonna go somewhere. So I know there are mixed feelings about mass following, or essentially just following random people as a way to get followers. But personally, as is my experience, it can be really effective as long as it's not actually random, like you follow specific people. The thing is, I find following to be a very non-invasive way to find your audience. People like being followed, people like gaining followers, and they like being shown content that they like and are interested in. So yeah, it's annoying when some random crypto person follows you when you're not into crypto, but if you like embroidery and you are often watching embroidery content and another embroidery account follows you, you're like, oh great, let me check out their page, and if you like it, then you follow them. And I think that is a very non-invasive way to find your audience and can be super helpful, and it worked for me, especially because I was picking people who just love to comment on videos, and they started commenting on mine. I didn't ask them to comment on my videos, I just made good content, and then I put myself in their path. Okay, finally, my last piece of advice, and this is probably what you have heard before actually, which is interact with all comments. Interact with everything. The thing about TikTok's comment culture is that it's very lazy, meaning that people would rather comment a question than spend any amount of time going back on your page to see if you've answered it already. And one of the most obvious questions too, like where is your website? Which, like, wouldn't you just go on their page and look for their website? Yeah, they will ask you that. So for a long time that really bothered me, and sometimes it still, like, I can't help it. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, this person just asked me where my website is. But the thing is, you have to just remind yourself, every comment is a good comment because it helps you in the algorithm. It's always going to help you. And it can be frustrating, especially when it seems like people feel entitled to like your knowledge or your research you've done as a small business owner. But I promise you, most of the time, the return on giving people answers is way more beneficial than this idea of like losing the knowledge that you gave out. So every time you comment back an answer, it doubles the impact of that original comment. Not only because it's literally an additional comment on your video, but also the person you're responding to will come back and probably watch that video again while they're reading your comment and reading your answer. So with all videos, especially in the early phases, I would put in the time to respond to all comments, even if it is the same question over again. Even if literally they're like asking the same question, you have to answer each one individually with that answer. And then even if it was something like they asked a question that like you can't really answer in just a comment, I would respond, thanks for the question. I'll try to make a video on this later or soon. Or if they just said something nice, like I love it, just respond with an emoji, a cute emoji. Just acknowledge their comment. This is how you nurture a new video on TikTok. Okay, I have a lot more I could say about TikTok. And my next video will be on how to make TikTok trends fit your small business. But if you have any other questions or topics you would like to talk about, please comment them below. I know I just ragged on lazy commenters, but I actually really want you to ask the super obvious questions. Ask whatever you want, because this is a brand new YouTube channel and it is not the golden era anymore. So thanks again for watching. Bye.